My friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about John Cena. John Cena on the May 30th edition of Friday Night SmackDown calls Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes professional wrestling wannabes and aligns himself with Logan Paul. Now, all this shit is just ass backwards, right? John Cena, for the longest time, was all about hustle, loyalty, respect. He lived it, he breathed it, he was the best babyface we'd ever seen. Now, there was times in his run as a babyface where people and fans thought he was being shoved down our throats. He was Super Cena, he never lost, all those things. And so he wasn't fully appreciated in the moments where he was really, really the top guy in the company and carrying the company on his back when really there was nobody else. I mean, times were slow and John Cena was still making money and selling tickets and moving asses and all these sorts of things you want for your top guy. He was living and breathing this hustle, loyalty, respect. And for those that haven't heard, my Mount Rushmore for WWE is John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, and Macho Man Randy Savage. Those are, probably a little biased pick because those are maybe also my four favorite wrestlers, but that is my Mount Rushmore. Yes, arguments can be made for tons of other guys. Undertaker, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, The Undertaker, I might have already said that. Whatever the case may be, even Roman Reigns at this point, right? But John Cena was the guy for so long, and people didn't fully appreciate or give him his flowers when he was in the middle of his really prime run. Now we're at the time where he's on his farewell tour and he's doing a bunch of dates. He's doing a bunch of PLEs. I mean, I think he's done more premium live events than Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes in 2025. Now you might want to fact check me on that stat and let me know in the comments if that's accurate. But I believe, if my memory serves me right, I believe that is correct. And so he's really doing the thing. And he's totally reversed himself in terms of what he believes and his ideology as a professional wrestler, as a performer, because of his heel turn. And so he calls Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes professional wrestling wannabes, which is the opposite of what those guys are. Professional wrestling is in their blood. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, they are the epitome of a professional wrestler. I mean, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso live and breathe this business. That's why they're at the top of the mountain now, because they've climbed, they've made iterations, they've fallen, they've gotten back up, they've done the work, they've paid the dues over and over and over again. Even with their family history and their bloodline in the business, they've still gone through the trenches to do the thing. And now John Cena is calling them wannabes, which seems ass backwards, and he's aligning himself with someone who's never paid dues in professional wrestling in Logan Paul, who is, for better or for worse, getting a little bit of heat from maybe the boys in the back about how he hasn't paid dues, but he's getting sort of these spotlight matches. Well, Logan Paul is one of the most popular, famous, and watched people on the planet because of all of the work he's done to build his social media following. Yes, he hasn't paid his dues specifically as a professional wrestler, but he's paid his dues behind the camera, filming, producing, creating content, making really, really bad mistakes, having bad publicity, joining the WWE, being really athletic, and finding his footing, in the WWE. And John Cena is, saying that he doesn't need to pay his dues. He's paying your mortgage. Everyone's coming to see Logan Paul and John Cena. And it just seems so strange that a guy like John Cena, who truly, I believe, is about hustle, loyalty, respect. When you watch his long-form interviews, it seems that he's actually that type of person, aligned with the most hated man on the internet, Logan Paul. I don't know Logan Paul personally, but obviously there's a ton of content about Logan Paul on the internet, so you can kind of get a feel. But I think he's a much better guy than maybe he used to be. Maybe that's because of his partner, or he's a father now, or whatever the case may be. But it's just so interesting to see this pairing of John Cena and Logan Paul. Now, I don't think it'll go the distance. I don't think it'll be together for a while. I mean, John Cena's only here to the end of the year, so it can't really go that far. It only has a 6-month shelf life. But I think this could be good for Logan Paul to understand the dynamics of being that top guy, because WWE wants him to be that top guy. And eventually at WrestleMania, he's going to fight Mr. Beast in 2 or 3 years, and it's going to be the internet clash of a lifetime. But it's just interesting to see as a fan that sort of differentiation And then you gotta love the line that Cody Rhodes leaves at the end about him, touching his peacemaker in the back. That was awesome. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this matchup they have going on at Money in the Bank between Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Logan Paul and John Cena. I don't really know who's gonna win that match. I definitely don't think it's gonna be a clean finish. But it does seem like they want Cody Rhodes and John Cena to have another match and potentially have Cody Rhodes be the one to take the strap from John Cena. I don't think John Cena and Randy Orton are done. Obviously, we have someone who's going to win the Money in the Bank who potentially could take that strap from John Cena. And then speaking of Money in the Bank, here are my predictions for Money in the Bank. I think Naomi is going to win the women's Money in the Bank match. I think Chad Gable or Grande Americano is going to win the final spot in the qualifying match. She faces AJ Styles and CM Punk at Monday Night Raw. I'm filming this on May 31st, 2025, so that when I get my predictions right or wrong, I did actually predict them before the June 7th event of Money in the Bank. So we have one more qualifier, which is Grande Americano versus CM Punk versus AJ Styles. I think something's going to happen where someone gets involved. The easy choice, right, is CM Punk. Obviously, having AJ Styles in a ladder match like that would be amazing, but maybe potentially Karrion Kross comes out and does something there because we really want to see him have a big-time feud with AJ Styles. But I would absolutely love to see Grande Americano in that match because I think Chad Gable / Grande Americano is one of the best guys we have right now in WWE, and he deserves to be in the main event. So I think him winning the Money in the Bank ladder match would be awesome, but realistically, it's probably LA Knight or Seth Rollins, I think is going to happen, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure about the Naomi winning the Money in the Bank. I think that's the way to go, and she's going to cash in on Tiffany Stratton at some point. Potentially, I think that's going to happen because I think Naomi as a heel is the best version of herself, and I think she's going to cash in on Tiffany Stratton at some point. My ideal choice for men's Money in the Bank is a Grande Americano or LA Knight, but I think it's going to go with Seth Rollins, and then he might use that Money in the Bank cash in to take the strap from Jey Uso or potentially take that strap from John Cena. And remember, Seth Rollins has one of the best cash-ins of all time at WrestleMania like 10 years ago. Amazing moment there. He also had an amazing moment at this year's WrestleMania, winning the greatest triple threat match in the history of WWE. And then you have the hottest feud going on, maybe outside of what's happening with Seth Rollins and the company, is you have Becky and Lyra. I would love to see this match go in Lyra's favor and have Becky just get continually more and more upset that this girl, Lyra, keeps beating her, even though Becky is one of the best in the world. She's the man. And then you move this match maybe to SummerSlam, or you have this match main event, the Evolution 2 pay-per-view, and you have it be some sort of gimmick match. I quit, last man standing, steel cage, whatever the case may be, because this is the best feud that's happening, men or women, one-on-one feud in WWE right now. The promos have been hot. The matches have been really good. These women can absolutely fucking go in the ring. So maybe you extend this out just a little bit more and you have Lyra win again, or you have Becky win and then you have the sort of head-to-head because now they're one-on-one or 1-1, maybe I think 2-1 potentially. And then you have this like really big blow-off match at the Evolution pay-per-view, which main events the pay-per-view or the PLE, excuse me, and I think that would be a really good direction, or at least having that match, another match, the third installment of that match at the Evolution pay-per-view would be really, really huge. But I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank on June 7th. Let me know what you're looking forward to, what you think in the comments down below. Would love to hear your thoughts and predictions. And then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.